Hello, and welcome to DROD RPG 2 again. I seem to be playing a lot of this time around. But this is the Year of RPG 2025 contest. So we have 12 entries here, and another 10 here. So 22 entries. I will be doing all of them, hopefully before the voting period ends. There's still, I think, 8 days left. So got my work cut out for me. This whole series will be pre-recorded, so I will be posting these after the voting period is done. But yeah, we'll just do them in the order that they were submitted, because I believe that is how they are put here. So These or Those by Bomber50. Path 1 and Path 2. Can you make it through? So I will not be, as is usual for me with DROD contests, DROD or DROD RPG, I guess, although I don't think I've done a DROD RPG contest since I've started this. This way of doing things. I will be committing to playing about an hour on each of these, or less if I get through it, but like an hour is the upper limit. So, yeah, we'll see how far I can get in an hour. If I'm able to clear out everything I want to do. If I'm not able to do that, I guess I'll just leave it and move on to the next entry. And if I finish earlier than that, that's great too. Alright, so these are those. Looks like I get a bunch of choices. Scoring. Only HP, attack, and defense matter for scoring. Okay, so this sort of thing only really matters if you're trying to optimize for score, obviously. I'm not. I'm just trying to get through and beat the hold. Beat the entry. So I'm actually not going to be paying too terribly much attention to this, but it is good to note when there is custom scoring, which I heard a lot of the entries in this contest do. Okay, so HP, attack, and defense matter. Every hit point is worth a point. Right, so we're dealing with pretty low numbers. You can see here, 25 and 3, 20 damage, 4 damage. Yeah, so pretty low numbers all around. I see. And so it's just the default value is times 40, which every 40 HP is 1 point, so that makes it so every hit point matters. There are no uplift beams, hot tiles, or fire traps in this level. Greckles and rep serve no purpose. Okay. Well, if Greckles and rep serve no purpose, you could just remove them from your custom monsters. That's what I did. I don't know, maybe people like the numbers going up. So I have a choice between a detailed level map, a regular level map, or no level map at all. Interesting. Well, I will take information. Is this the end? It's a place that leads up. Okay. This might be scoring here. Scoring with some challenges for getting enough attack, getting enough defense, maybe, is my guess. Oh, here's the stairs. Okay. Yeah, so that's optional stuff. Well, we will worry about that when we get to it. So the question then here... 10 attack, 2 attack. Okay, plus 2 attack makes them both cheaper. So do I want to do attack or defense? You know, I usually do an attack route every single time. Let's just see what happens if we stack as much defense as possible right from the start. So I feel like the gimmick of this is that I have to make a choice, like I get 1 attack or I get 1 defense and some health. That's a lot of health. So we'll do that. We're not going to say no to attack. Alright, and another attack, which makes things cheaper as well. Okay. No, first room was pretty easy. This is actually going to be pretty quick. I think, really, this is just going to be a whole bunch of decisions for optimizers, and then for people like me who aren't optimizing and are just playing through, I feel like, yeah, we're just going to make pretty good progress. Okay, Barbarian. has 1 health, but because I don't have a weapon, he hits me first, so defense is the only thing that matters against a barbarian. Do I want those 3 shovels, or do I want 350 health? I don't actually know what shovels could be used on. There are quite a few shovels lying around. Let's just quickly scan for dirt. Ah, okay. If I go this way... I guess we're coming back this way. Yeah, this is the end. So then here, we have a gauntlet. And then here, if we have 15 shovels, we get a bunch of health. 25 gets us a bunch of attack. Okay. So we can get a bunch of stats if we have shovels. But the shovels are a long-term investment in endgame, which, okay, the Buccaneer. Shovels are a long-term investment in the endgame. I'm not... I guess health also is, though. I'm not super impressed with that. I guess we'll just grab the health then. Alright, I've decided I'm doing defense. Let's do that. And get some stats here. Alright. I either get roughly 150 health or less than that, but I can get a single shovel. Well, I currently have way more health than I need. But I'm arbitrarily deciding that we're just going to ignore all the shovels as well. Unless we have to take one. We'll see how this goes. Okay, water bug. And the rest of the room I don't need to look at. So we'll grab the defense. Okay, we can grab 10 shovels or a bunch of health. You know, at the rate I'm going through this... Okay, avoid the shovel. At the rate I'm going through this, I'm probably going to do end up doing a second run anyway. Just to do the attack route and see how that feels. I mean, we'll look at the end game and see what challenge stuff there is in the end, and maybe that'll decide what we end up deciding to do for a second run. Okay, so the rusted robot. It's pretty hard. But we can grab the defense. Rusted robot no longer hits quite as hard. Okay, stats or a Dryad Spirit for some attack. Well, I think I do want attack as well, and this will make the other Dryad Spirits cheaper. Okay, more health. Okay, health, or I can get 1 attack. And it's a health profit either way, so we'll grab the stats. And then here, grab the 1 attack. Yeah, I'm not thinking about what I'm doing too terribly much here. I'm just kind of doing stuff. Okay, free 800 health, or some stats, and more health than I'm spending. Ooh, do I avoid the shovels? I want the defense, though. Okay, defense is the higher priority. Sunflower Spirit. Okay, a lot of health, so... Defense is actually pretty good against you. Well, we will keep doing that. And the fact that we're just getting more and more health really tells me that I think this is really just, again, an optimizer thing, because... Ghostly Goblin, sure. We have the health for it. Oh, and that makes a huge difference on each of those. Okay, we'll grab the stats. Shovels. I'm not too concerned about, so we'll grab the health. We will do defense. Okay, we've got a brawler here. We do, as long as we do 6 damage, we take him out in 1 hit, so... Again, a lot of enemies here that defense is actually pretty good against. Okay, you don't even hurt me anymore. But you still have the stats, so let's go for it. You hurt less, you give health, and you get more defense. Okay, you no longer hurt me. Okay, well that's a lot of health. So let's do that. We can get 1 defense if we go through the ghost spider. And we can get more defense going through you. We've got the health for it. I'm assuming that I'll be able to at least attack everything. Okay, well, we'll get more attack. Here, we'll choose defense. Yeah, so this is a weird experience, because like I'm not really thinking ahead or doing any long-term planning. I'm just kind of looking at the next thing, and I've arbitrarily decided I'm trying to get as much defense as possible. So that's just what I'm doing, and it's just kind of working, and my health is just getting higher and higher. So, I have to say, not a terribly interesting entry, but I think it's part of it just this whole premise of you're making a choice between 2 things, and that's the only consideration you have to make. And it's just kind of like, okay, I'll just go through it, I guess. And then everything is loose enough that there's not really any challenge. Like, I've never felt like I needed to make a choice where I'm grabbing health instead of stats. And generally speaking, if you can just grab stats, you should grab stats. Okay, like here now. I mean, I guess I'll go on this side because it's more shovels, but I have more than enough health, so it's kind of just whatever. Okay, I get 1 shovel as a consolation prize, or I go through the entire gauntlet, which... Okay, I can afford it. I'll go through the gauntlet and grab more stats. Alright, I have 18 shovels, which is not enough for anything other than more health, so I guess I'm grabbing more health. And I had enough health at the end. And I think this is the highest possible defense score I could have at this point. Buccaneer defeated. Now if I come down here... What does this scroll say? HP is worth 10 points for every point of health for this score point only. I see. So if you come through with a whole bunch of HP, you're going to take 1 hit from the super guard of 6,000 exactly, because no enemy defense. So if you have over 6,000 HP, then you can get in here. Okay. Super Spider defeated. If I want to beat the Lesser Wubba, I would need a whole lot more attack. Okay, and then there's a scroll here for, I guess, beating up a bunch of stuff. Maybe this is supposed to be the balanced stats or something? Alright, well, let's do a second run. This time... we will just grab attack. We will grab defense again, like there's... So if we're doing this attack route, already we're suffering quite a bit in terms of health. Yeah, like I can't do the Wraith Wings now. Okay, we still were able to grab every bit of health. Yeah, Barbarian, not much I can do about that. Do I want to focus on shovels? There's a lot of health oh, when I said I had the most defense possible, that was false. Because... no, it wasn't. Because I did not have any defense in here. Okay, nope. So we need shovels in addition to... In addition to attack, so I guess we'll do this again, but we will take attack and shovels at every opportunity. I guess I could be using fast travel. If we have to choose between the two, of course, we will take the attack. So with high attack, you still hit a bunch of times, but thing is, we don't have a weapon, so going all in on attack means that we're still going to take a ton of damage from things, because everything is still going to hit us once. Okay, I can't actually afford to go through two of you, which means I have to take this choice now, because I don't have enough health. Interesting. Do I want... I guess we'll take the shovels. So this is already more interesting than the defense route. Yeah, so you guys are cheaper than the puffs now. Well, those are some good stats. However, if I do that, I'm forced to skip the 10 shovels. I do get 5 still, though. And then I get an extra 30. I could get through. Okay. Because I have enough for you. Could grab the health. I think the defense is still pretty good, though. Okay, we have to do this, but then we get shovels and health. We have to do this. Yeah, so we're missing out on a lot of attack on this route. Might as well grab the stats. Okay, that's a lot of damage. We do get a lot of health out of it, though. Well, we got more health than we spend. But I could also just... like, it's not that much more. And this way I get 5 defense, and I'm getting 3 attack either way. So, yeah, I think that's just not worth it. Okay, we'll take some free stats. That would put me up to 50 shovels. Does that even help? I wouldn't have enough health to go through the gauntlet for 3 and 3. $26. Like, if I wanted all of this attack, 25 plus 26, I would need more shovels than I have. Okay, so that's not happening regardless. So, yeah, the shovels just aren't worth getting anymore. Uh, 15 and 26, I do have 26 still, so I can do that. And we do have enough to get through you. This hole isn't on... yeah, and we didn't end up with enough attack for the lesser Wubba. Okay. So... It's not quite as brainless. The defense route definitely was a lot easier. So let's make one more attempt at that. So if I want to attack early on, thing is, this first choice gives quite a bit of health, which helps with a lot of stuff. That does make the green bat significantly cheaper though. And then I'm forced to skip that. Okay, so I go 1 attack and 1 defense here. Okay, I think that 1 shovel isn't probably worth the 50 or so health. But the thing about the attack route is you just take so much more damage. Like here, I could still take some defense. It does save me for every other hit. Whereas the attack, I end up skipping a lot of attack anyway. Obviously, if I was looking ahead, I'd be able to make smarter choices. I think we are going to get some defense here. Attack does help the rusted robot. Quite a bit. So I guess we're actually kind of doing balanced stats here. Okay, so I could afford 2 of you, but I want the shovels for later. Yeah, and the attack doesn't immediately help me. So let's grab the cheaper route here. I'm giving up quite a bit of attack by doing it this way. But I think the health that we grabbed from that roach should let us make more progress here. Okay. This one, though. We do want more shovels. We still get defense for it. Okay, get some stats. Ah. Okay, I missed out on the shovels there because I have to go through. And I do not have a choice. I have to do the health here. I feel like I'm skipping a lot of attack with this. I'm just kind of arbitrarily making choices here without thinking about it too much. Health would be nice, but we can grab the shovels. We do not get a health profit if we go for the attack. If we go for the defense, we do. So I guess in the end I'm not actually doing what I said I was doing. I will instead be going for a balanced route, which maybe can help me. That's not too bad. Quite a bit of health and some stats. Yeah, we're kind of going for a balanced route at this point. You're still a profit. Grab the stats and stats. Okay, health or stats. I'll grab the free defense. This gets us up to 50. I think is more than we had before. We can't afford this. So with 53, it was 25 and 26, so that is enough. But we don't have enough health to get through now. And we're still not enough to hit the Wubba anyway, not even close. Well, I mean, I guess there is a bit more to this than, like, you can't just kind of just go through it without any sort of a plan, so there is some sort of more intelligent decision-making process that's required, but honestly, I'm just not really enjoying this kind of a structure. So, you know, there is some planning you could do with this, looking ahead and then going back and figuring out where you want to skip certain things in order to get other things later. Especially making sure that you just have enough health to make the trade you want when it comes to the more expensive health trades. But I think I'm honestly just, I'm satisfied with what I've seen here. Presumably there's a score checkpoint here, and the scroll will explain it. I'm guessing that, I guess defense doesn't really help so much with these, honestly. I mean, okay, they have a high value of everything, so everything helps, including health. That's the other thing, because if I'm going for the stats, health is a lot more useful short term, and there's not really all that much. Like, you grab the defense, but you don't have that many fights after grabbing the defense. So yeah, anyway, I think that's enough of this entry. I can't say I really cared for it, but there is something here if you want to really try to optimize it and try to get these various challenge score points. I'll leave that for someone else. Anyway, we'll move on to the next entry. I'll see you then.